Okay, take number two. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika. In with a little less chat, but instead of this being a less chat on celebrity news and gossip, I want to chat with you all about what happened today in this great country that we live in. I am at a space where I don't know what to feel. A part of me is happy and a part of me is sad. Now let me explain. We know that the U.S. House of Representatives, the Democrats pretty much took over power there. We also are aware that the U.S. Senate will remain in the control. You know, the majority, the Senate is going to have more Republicans than Democratic voices in there. Okay. I'm proud of the fact that so many people went out to the polls today. Even if you were in inclement weather, even if you had to stand in long lines, even if you had to make a mad dash before or after work, a lot of you all came out today and let your voice be heard through your vote. And for that, and the number of people that is projected that came out overall for these elections, I feel proud of that. I do. But what I have a problem with, it seemed like the just never win. Yeah, we wanted a complete blue wave and we didn't get it. But the other side of me is feeling hurt. I'm hurt for Andrew Gillum. Now I know I heard on CNN just now that the race for the governor's spot in Georgia at this time is she's not conceding. That would be Stacey Abrams. And if you've been watching the news over the last couple of weeks, you've been hearing about how her opponent is pretty much over the voting situation over there. And it was said that a lot of, people were being told they couldn't vote. When they got to the polls today, it was several issues with ballot boxes not working, yada, yada, yada. I don't know how true any of that is. This comes from CNN. What I'm going to say is, people, it seems like we live in a country and we still have a great number of people who are so stuck in their ways, so bigoted, that even if they see a candidate of a different race running for a position and saying all the right things, wanting all the better things for their people in their district or over the state, it just seems like the it seems as if the just never win. It's people out here that just hate people of color so bad. Even if you know they qualify, they still, because of that hatred that was embedded in them, refuse to give a person of color an opportunity. That bothers me. It's like, why can't you see past my color and look at my character and what I could possibly do for where you live at? How my voice in Washington, D.C. can help you and your generations to come. People just don't get it. I felt really, really bad, and I don't even live in the state of Florida or Georgia. I live in Louisiana. I felt bad that we had we're having a runoff for the mayoral seat. Ollie Tyler and Adrian Perkins. Both of them actually are two people that I kind of admire a little bit, but I made my voice heard today, and I'm just feeling a ways tonight. I don't feel like I did on election night when the president was named or elected. I feel it's not like that, but I do feel a sense of hopelessness. I feel like good people stay losing, stay having to work harder than the next just to get the mediocre things that we may want in life. And this goes bigger than just politics. It just seems like we live in a world where righteousness don't prevail and evil does, and that bothers me. There is nothing about 45's administration that is geared to help anybody other than himself and those like him, which is the wealthy. He play nice with middle income America, but he don't feel your pain. How could he? Donald Trump don't know what it's like to need to go see a specialist because you have a pre-existing condition and you're on the Affordable Care Act trying to do that. He don't care about that. He don't care about the Social Security Administration and wanting to basically cut Social Security benefits for millions of Americans who have busted their ass and paid into this program for years. The government is not giving these people anything. What they're doing is really just paying them back for monies that they've taken however long that they actually worked. My point is, I don't see 45 giving a damn about us in these next 2 years. I just don't. And right now, I just feel like, when are we ever going to win? When are you ever going to look past the color of a person's skin and look into their character and what they stand for? At what point will we be allowed to have some form of equality in this country? That's my concern tonight. And if I'm feeling this and I'm in my 40s, will it be better by the time my grand eggs are in this world as adults? I just wonder at what point will righteousness and justice prevail in this country. It just seems like if you are a person who don't give a damn about the next, you just prosper. And that's not just in politics. That's in the world in general. I sit back and I watch stuff, y'all. And I ain't gonna try to hold y'all too long, but y'all know, just rock with a bitch a minute, okay? But I look at this country and I'm afraid because it's in so much turmoil. I'm afraid for my children and my grandchildren. What is this world gonna be like for them in just maybe 20 years? I don't know. It's a damn shame when you gotta sit down with your 12-year-old young cousin and try to explain why, as a young black or young African American male in America growing up today, you have to be extremely careful and to explain why. What kind of world will we gotta explain that to a 11, 12-year-old? That you have to comply to certain things in this world in order to at least try to stay alive. And then to only have his very smart ass say to me, which not smart in the sense that he was disrespectful. I mean smart as in, like, this boy pays attention to what's going on around him. And he was like, well, Philando Castile complied and they still shot and killed him. Cousin. That was hard for me to try to break that down for him. But I think I got him to understand as best I could. But just imagine, y'all, he like finna be 13 in a minute because he's 12. And for me to have that conversation with him, because I see he's tall. He don't look like a 12-year-old. He look like he about 17. But in actuality, he just finna turn 13 next month in December. And I was having that talk with him that I had with my boys because I want them to be prepared for what may be out there when you're not inside the confinements of home and people that love you. And for him to come back and say, but cousin, Philando, out of everybody that we have heard about and protest and boo-hooed and, did numerous videos and everything else on, for him to say to me that, ain't cousin, I feel like Philando Castile did what the police officer said, and they still killed him. Do y'all know that really fucked with my mindset, hearing my little cousin know all of that? And me to have a conversation with him about how to live in this world as best you can as an African American. I can't teach him how to be no man because I'm a woman and I don't know nothing about that. But I can tell you how to survive. And I was doing that. And for him to come back with that made me really, really just think. And I did eventually come and have the conversation continue the conversation, rather with him. But it just made me feel some kind of way. And then to be sitting in here watching these results come in, it's just, a part of me is happy, a part of me is sad. Because although things have changed, they ain't changed a whole lot. We have to do more. And I hope the people that came out to vote for the midterms will come back in 2 years for the presidential election, because we can't deal with another 4 years of this tyrant. This man don't have no respect for you unless you are an asset to his agenda. He's a mad scientist, y'all. And America is his laboratory. And he's doing whatever it is. He running amok in the damn laboratory. And it's hard for me to believe that these folks out here don't see this. Much less you don't want to come against him, so you let him ride out. And I know it's got to be people out there that know this man is a complete idiot, but yet you say nothing because you don't want to come up against your party. You don't want to be, ostracized. I just feel a ways tonight. Again, it's not like how I felt after, the polls closed and the results were coming in from the presidential election 2 years ago. No, that ain't what I'm feeling. That night I just felt completely depleted. Tonight, I'm conflicted because a part of me, like I say, is happy about the voter turnout. I'm happy about people being enthusiastic, especially young folks, in learning about politics and how important it is to know who is representing you. I'm happy about all that. I'm even happy about the people who are going to have runoff races, especially in my own community. But on the flip side of that coin, I'm still sad because I almost don't count. Yeah, we came through and we let our voices be heard, but it was still not enough. More people needed to have come out. And I don't see this as a victory. I see this as a stepping stone to victory, but I don't necessarily see it as a victory. Not in the way that I would want it to be. Not in the way that would make it so much easier for us as American citizens. I feel like we still got a lot of work to do. And I feel like at what point in this country will we ever just be accepted for who we are and how we are? It's very disheartening. And I don't even live in Florida. And when I seen that man was losing And then he did his little speech. I found myself with tears rolling down my face because I know that man's supposed to have won. If people came out and if people that did come out wasn't so against this man, mostly because of the color of his skin, they can camouflage it in whatever excuse they may want to, but at the end of the day, we know why he didn't get in. And then to see Stacey Abrams over there, after, even though I'm still in her state, I've been watching. Beautiful Soul taught me to watch. So to see her in a position to where she's saying, I'm not going to concede. I want the votes counted in, everything to be, every T crossed and every I dotted. I totally understand it. But why she got to go through that? That woman has some very good ideas. All politicians gonna fail you at some point, cause it's a job. Do you do all your job every day successfully? You don't have them days where you be like, "Ooh, I'm so glad 5 o'clock came," and you're down there, you're down there, run to your car to get away from it, because it's been a stressful and hectic day. Every day is not going to be good. I just, that's on my heart tonight, y'all. I ain't trying to hold y'all long or nothing, but that really is on my heart tonight, because although a part of me, again, is happy, there's a part of me that's like, man, really? But then I have to also say, at least people did turn out to the polls and vote. So I think what we learned from tonight is that we still have a lot of work to do. But I think that it shows a lot of people who believe that their vote didn't count, that tonight, yes, it did. Now, your person may not have won, but your voice counted. They not winning by no astronomical amount of numbers. Trust and believe. These races are very, very close, opposed to how it was a couple years ago in a lot of these states. So that lets me know progress is being made. But we have to stay in the fight. We can't stop because our person today may not have been elected in. We have to continue to make our voices heard through our vote by learning who is supposed to be representing you and making a wise decision as to the candidate that best fits the needs of you and your family. We're not done. This is only the beginning, and I just hope that tonight's election results do not deter young people, especially, from coming out to the polls in our next major election and letting your voice be heard. Don't see tonight as a defeat. It wasn't. It really wasn't. It may be a defeat for certain individuals that were running, but overall, America stood up and we had a voice, and together we were able to take over the U.S. House of Representatives, to control, and we control that now. I didn't see the Senate being somewhere that the Democrats would take over. I really just didn't see that in the first place, but I was hopeful. And even though the results are in, I'm still hopeful today, because I know the beauty of this country. I know what this country could be if we set aside our differences and work together and get over your damn selves. For real. Get over yourselves. I don't, I ain't never disliked the person because of the color of their skin. Sometimes I just like your ass because you can do some shit that I see that you not the type of person that I can hang with, so I have to leave you over there in that corner. But see, that's not just within. That's not for just other races. I have put some of my own over in that corner before, because you want something that's not gonna be progressive. It's not gonna help me progress in my life. That's what I'm trying to say. I just don't want us to go walk away from tonight feeling like there is no hope. All hope is gone, because it is not gone. Now, your candidate may not have won, but your candidate made an impact. Enough so that we, the American people, came out to the polls. Now, not enough of us came, but we showed up and we showed out where we in certain places. And I'm grateful for that. When I think about all of that, when I think about the voter turnout for, the voter turnout for this midterm election, I'm kind of proud, y'all, because there's more people than normally would vote at a time like this. You got folks don't vote until it's the presidential election. I used to be one of them, and now that I'm looking back, I just don't even see what the hell was wrong with me. But I grew because God sent me a teacher. And she don't know every damn thing. She know enough, though. She schooled me. She motivated me. And so I'm grateful for that, because I don't like walking around ignorant, and I'll be the first to admit I was very ignorant. See, I talk a lot of shit. I really do. I talk a lot of shit. I know how to speak correctly. But when I come to YouTube, I'm around my peeps, in my opinion. Now, I know everybody, just because we skin folk don't mean we kin folk. I get there. But I'm in a relaxed state here. I'm not trying to prove nothing. When I'm talking to y'all, this is like y'all sitting in my house and I'm just, whipping up an old batch of that old homemade lemonade that I be making from down here in the South. And I'm just running it with your ass while I'm doing that. That's what I do here on YouTube. If I come in here and I start articulating on the level of a college student, which is what I really am, then I'm going to lose some people, because, see, it's my simplicity, my willingness to dumb it down a little bit and talk to you like you're an everyday person, and I'm an everyday person, and we just friends, and we got something in common. If I stop doing that, I feel like I'll be cheating myself. Plus, I won't be being true to myself, because what I give y'all here is pretty much how I talk all day long to people that I know. Now, when it's necessary, I put my college student hat on and my 46 years of damn living with the experience and the wisdom, and I deal with people that I need to deal with on that level. I wish I was younger and healthier, because, see, this kind of stuff right here, I would be a perfect candidate to run for something. I'm not qualified. I don't feel like I've know enough or understand how politics runs enough to be trying to be in some big seat. But I probably would fool with like a little local election around here. I mean, hell, I'm well known. But I don't think that's the path that God has for me. So, if you are a young person and you happen to be listening to my video here, because, see, I know my analytics tell me my demographic is females 25 to 35. Go fucking figure, and I'm 46. Go figure. But anyway, I'm saying that because if you have any interest in trying to enter the political arena and you're a fairly young person who got time and health on their side, I would encourage you to do so. Regardless of which way you go, whether you Democrat, Republican, Independent. I've told y'all several times, I'm an independent. But I voted Democratic today. Yes, I did. Now, that's something I don't have to share, but I choose to. See, I'm not totally against one party or the other one. I'm for the person that's going to say what I need them to say and do it. Just don't walk away from today feeling like, black people ain't gonna never win. We just, we gonna always be the oppressed people. Don't walk away feeling like that. Walk away from this feeling good about, hey, a great number of Americans today went to the polls and they let their voice be heard through their vote. And for that, feel good and be proud of that. Change coming. It's just not going to come overnight. And I know that we've been battling this battle for many a years. But I promise you, it's worth it in the end. We're going to get to the promised land. I promise you that. Now, we might not get there in my lifetime, but we're going to get to the promise. We will live in a country one day where we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but judged by the content of our character, as the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King said in his I Have a Dream speech. I have a dream, too. And it's because of people like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all the people from the past that I'm able to sit in a classroom full of white young people and compete with them on the same level. It's because of those people that I have enjoyed the liberties that I have today, because it could be worse. We could still be in a cotton field. Okay? So, as your heart may be heavy tonight, I need you to remember that your voice was heard today. And let's work harder toward us as content creators, as well as you people who don't do videos but just watch, and as just people in general. We all need to understand that, yes, we can. Remember that from 2008? Yes, we can. And although I'm not feeling happy nor sad, I'm kind of melancholy up in this hole, I still realize that I live in the best country in the world. People are fighting to come here and live in these great United States. It matters. And even though I may not get the respect that I feel that I deserve, it's not going to deter me from continuing to push forward and to get the message out about how important your vote is in this world, in this country, because it is. Don't let these conscious people fuck y'all up. Some of the stuff they say is true. But you be the change you want to see in others. I do that every day. Y'all just don't know how much shit I be wanting to say sometimes. But I want to be the change I see in others. So I shut my mouth. And I listen. And I watch. That's all I feel like talking about. This was on my heart because I was sitting up in here watching CNN, and I'm looking at how these numbers are coming in, and it just made me feel some kind of way. I like I said, I wasn't necessarily upset, but I wasn't necessarily happy neither. I was happy about certain aspects of this midterm election, but I wasn't happy about everything. Believe that, But don't be discouraged. This is just a stepping stone for us. Keep paying attention to politics, seeing who is representing you. And when it's time to go out to the polls again, don't let tonight's disappointment stop you, because it wasn't a complete loss. It wasn't. This is what they want you to feel. They want you to feel discouraged. I encourage you tonight to never allow a situation to make you stop. Especially when you know it's a good decision, it's a righteous decision. Don't let how this world is today make you feel like giving up. Because notice, out of everything I've shared with y'all in this 29 minutes I've been talking, not one time did I say I feel like giving up. I ain't going back and vote again. Damn the United States. They gonna do what they want to do. See, that's what they want you to feel. Why do y'all think, if you feel like your voice don't count, do y'all know how much voter suppression was going on leading up to this midterm election? Not in just one area. Different areas. They didn't want your ass to vote because your vote matters. Okay? And to all my sisters and brothers and love things out here in this cyber world that may roll up on this video, I need you to know to stay encouraged. Keep educating yourself and keep making your voice heard every chance you get. And we're going to come back together once more and again tomorrow around about in the evening hours for some more reality reviews and some church talk because the green leaves come on. And, we're going to be happy. We're going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be all right. I want you to wake up tomorrow re-energized, ready to continue to fight because it ain't over. It ain't over till the fat lady sing, and I ain't heard not one fat bitch sing yet. I ain't even heard her clear her throat. Okay, not throat. Okay. Anyway, let me get the hell on up out of here. I felt a ways tonight, and I wanted to come and talk. When I get in one of these moods, I be wanting to have a conversation right then. And this may not make sense to some of y'all, but to a vast majority of y'all, you will understand where I'm coming from. Because, see, my little things ain't stupid. They ain't stupid and they ain't ignorant. That's what I'm proud of. And some of y'all might be a little messy. Shit, I got a little messy in me too. But overall, I got a good group of people that fucks with me the long way. And I'm going to keep fooling with y'all the long way. As long as there's breath in my body, I am going to come down and through and have a old nasty piece of conversation with you. Probably every day. Cause it look like I'm over here every day now. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I'm done, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you no longer. I said I wasn't gonna hold y'all long. I lied. I held y'all for about 31 minutes, maybe 32. But I'm gonna get on off the horn because it's 2:21 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I need to get some rest because tomorrow I will wake up rejuvenated if the Lord says same. And I'll be ready to talk shit, swallow spit, and let my voice be heard all at the same damn time. That's what I'm going to be doing. And I want y'all to be doing the same thing, honey. Still living, still loving, and still working toward the greater good. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please rate my video. Ratings get me recognized on these YT streets. Comment down below. Share your thoughts and opinion. Whatever you're feeling right now about the midterm, be it positive or negative, I want to hear it. I don't care what you say down there as long as you don't attack me and you don't attack each other. I'll let it stand. I'll let it sit there. If I don't respond, don't think I didn't see it. I always give you a like and a heart so you know I saw your comment even if I don't respond. And y'all have a good night. Hell, I'm tired now. Bye.